All right, we back. We hope everybody learning something, and we hope you're being entertained. We hope you like tuning in and listening to Kenny Ken and Reverend Do Right. You go off and talk all kind of crazy stuff, and we hope you're laughing, because we learn better in laughing in happy environments. So something Do Right say, yeah, he trying to be a little comical, but he trying to get you information too. Now we there on that last session. I don't forgot what session I'm on, cause we were hoping to knock this out in about 5 or 6, but I think we're on about 7, somewhere along there now. But we gonna see. Don't quote it. No. But we talked about how they talked about the breaking process of the African Negro, the African American, Negro, color, black woman, okay? And how when these people were so-called made slaves, whatever, there was a process of breaking and making good slaves. So the slave master and the slave owners, right, could have good sound economic, and they could sleep at night, because they didn't have to worry about it, because the letter said that the female, if you break her right, will stand guard for the master and protect master. We want everybody to turn to Genesis. Around the 15th degree in the 13th verse. Now, deep in there, you're not going to try to read the whole thing before we go trying to elaborate. But whichever way they come up, they come up. But we want to hear you. We want to get y'all. We want to let y'all hear this. So hopefully we can give it to you in the fully without running our mouth off. We're going to see. The 15th degree of Genesis in the 13th chapter. 15th degree in the 13th verse. And it says, note of a surety, and he said unto Abraham, note of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation. So we talked about that nation thing another. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterward shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to their fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. Now I hope everybody heard that. Now we got to put another verse in there, because there's some in here we're going to have to deal with down the road. And we need to go on and get it in now. We're going to look at the 16th verse. It said, but in the 4th generation, they shall come here again. For the iniquities of the Amorites is not yet full. Now, we ain't going to deal with the Amorite thing right now, but we need to go on and put that in down and put it on wax. You know what I'm saying? And put it on paper. Because Ann Nesbitt and Al Green had a song talking about put it on paper. So we had to get it out there and go on and put this thing down on some paper. Now, just think about that for a minute. Here we got a woman that was created from this thing called Adam, who supposed to be to help me. But then followed the advice of somebody else. And then she took it to her husband. He did eat. Took it back over there to the Adam. But this Eve part, everything exists and came out that looked like an Eve, came from her. If it looked like an Adam, it came from her. Dealing with how the black woman failed. Now the book telling us again, when we stay over in that same book, in the Genesis, because that would have been, that would give Eve all this stuff, telling her all this stuff about she ain't gonna die, and the stuff good for food. See what I'm saying? That same being that supposedly tricked her and offered her this stuff, and she took back all that to the man. Some of it might sound repetition, but it's there for a reason. The same book tell her when we grow up in age and in degrees that there was a group of people that were going to be taken out of their own land and taken somewhere and made to serve other folk for 400 years. That's the storyline of this book. Other books might say other things. I ain't saying that those other books that saying other things really saying something different. Maybe they just saying them in a different way, or giving you another version, because I'm pretty sure if it was a being there seeing God doing all that, that might not have been the only being him. It might have been some other things or other entities or other beings in other places. Because that thing called a garden was just in one place. It went everywhere. It had places outside the garden. Somebody feel it, somebody ain't. But either way, I'm trying to get the message over. Trying to bring it across. And keep on trying to get to the bottom of how the black woman done fail. Now, in that degree, it talked, like I said, it talked about the people that were going to be took from their own land, were going to be made to serve somebody else for 400 years. Wait a minute now. Wait 1 minute. I went to school. They told me I'm an Africa. They brought me here. I was running around in the jungle of Africa. Hanging on trees, swinging on rope, wrestling with lions, running around naked. And then, by the grace of God, see, because sometimes y'all take folk back to church, because that's how y'all like it. Because y'all like to be entertained anyway. See? Kenny King don't need no choir, because his voice is the choir. Jesus don't have no choir. Why your preacher got a choir? I told y'all to have no choir. Some of y'all got more choir than y'all got more choirs in the church than you got sense. See? And now, we just ran across a little piece of information that's out there that was saying something to these people who took the people that the 15th degree of Genesis said were going to be serving them for 400 years. And they had a process that they were making. See? How they made these people. And they engineered on these people to make these people be what they want these people to be. So these people will act and think and react and do everything that the slave people who were enslaving them want them to do. Even worshiping the same God that the people who were putting them in slave worship. Because they all had the same Jesus. Woo, deep in it, I know. See, that's what we're dealing with now. We're talking about how the black woman has failed. With the 10-minute mark on this video, and Kenny Ken Promo. The next video gonna be the last video, cause I'm finna go on and we're gonna wrap this thing up. Now I can't give you everything, and you're gonna have to put in a little time for yourself to tie all this in. See, cause you're online and you're responding to all the silly off the wall bullshit. But the serious issue, you don't want to spend no time. You ain't even got no opinion. But if it's something silly, if Kenny Ken put some silly Reverend Do-Right joke up, everybody and their mama and their dad granddaddy want to post to it and laugh. So let's deal with some serious things. I ain't saying that we can't laugh and have a good time. But it's time for us to raise ourselves now. We don't have to stay like this. The information is there. All we got to do is start loving one another. And start caring for one another. And start sharing things with one another. We're going to come back. And we're going to go in these next 10 to 13 minutes on the next video. And we're going to go on and wrap this thing up and be through with it for the day. And I can't give you all at one time. Put in your time, sister. Put in your time. Please with you now. Put in your time and look into the thing Do-Right saying. Not on the emotional level, but look into the science. Read them things out to what Do-Right saying. Don't be all mad, because a few things you don't agree with. And we got to be able to just to agree, to disagree, without being all mad with one another. Okay, we're going to get out of here with a 12-point mark on this video. And we're going to get out of here. And Do-Right here finna take a little 5-10 minute break. And go on and deal with this thing about how the black female don't feel.